week or the week before. I guess you could count that as new. Sweet. Strap yourselves in, ladies and gentlemen. It's gonna be a control me a ride. Budget hex. Alright, so I'm gonna put another resource on top of my deck here because I would love to guarantee 4 resource drops in 4 turns. That's what a control deck wants to be. Yeah, alright. Let's get him. Get him. Gonna get you drunk. Get you love drunk off my humps. My lovely humps. My lovely lady lumps. So our card's actually really good here, right? Like we played a slow shard on 1, we went double seer on 2, we're gonna hold up this weave into nothing on 3. Time to could say I'm looking into a mirror. I wonder if my opponent has Bounty of the Magus in their board, because I streamed with bounties in my board earlier today, but our other builds hadn't been playing that card. What's going on, Marty? Next action we draw is going to draw 2 extra cards. Man, this weave looks way better than a Bring to Justice. Get got. Bob, are you here? Master Troll. Damn it, Bob. Why you do this to me, Bob? Why you do this to me? Alright, so... Am I just like sticking this dark heart down their throat? I feel like I'm just sticking this dark heart down their throat. As you will. Evaporate. Interesting. Okay. They must be playing that instead of Transmogrifade. So I posted my Legacy Trod piece on the Legacy subreddit, and he posted that as a response. We still have not hit my constant. Yeah, how about we weave that into nothing? What's kind of awkward here is that, like, the Seek Adventure actually takes it take even longer for us to get to our Prophesize card here. What's going on, Glutz? Get our 4-6 beatdown on here, hopefully. Yeah, you sacrificed that Thunderfield Seer, opponent. Okay, so they're not playing exactly the 75 in Plague right now because they have Wakuna coins in their deck. Which, if you're playing Sapphire Diamond Control, play Ice. You should just play 8 ice for your slow shards. Don't play. Oh no! He's been shackling stranded, and I have to lose my Thunderfield Seer. What a tilt! What a tilt! That's a tasty one. Adjudicator, draw 2 extras. Yeah, let's just tick these. So, I think I'm just gonna wait here. If my opponent, like, draws... No. Yeah, it's fine. I already did it. I guess they draw with Silver Talon Adjudicator. I could draw with my Adjudicator. Yeah, I can put myself down to 5 cards, but I can't put myself down to 4, so they get to draw there. Boom, 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 boom. Ice, ice, baby. The Adjudicator mirrors are so funny, because, like, my opponent gained life and drew cards, so now, like, I'm gonna get to gain life and draw cards. It's such a happy thing to be doing. Let's go ahead and play this out beforehand. Do 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 do. Beep 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 beep. Gonna guarantee resolve this. Yeah, they just want to guaranteed resolve this through Runebinds and Weaves and stuff like that. We've played more actions than them. No, they played a lot of guidances. Both played a ton of actions. First one to PA often wins these matches, but at the same time, like if I get 2 Dark Hearts out, that'll put us in a pretty reasonable spot, because like the Dark Hearts kind of keep the Psychic Ascensions in check. I think I want to just put this second Dark Heart into play because we run the danger of them hitting into the unknown and like sending this one back to our hand and then like losing this other one too. The CCS is in a week and a half, Marty. I got almost a week. Like just about a week. Gotta get my reps in. Pretty sure I'm just committing to playing this deck. All the other decks we've tried, just like huge dogs to all the Lasgard's Vengeance decks, like. So. Just gonna hang out and focus on getting in infinite reps with this deck so I can kind of, you know, put it on autopilot for the most part. Yeah, they've got Lanupaw sights and Heart's Whispers and all sorts of stuff. Dark Heart out of them yet. So, because I don't have another... Silver Talon here to, like, gain advantage from them drawing extra cards here, I'm just gonna burn both those Transmogs on my best of lookout, I think. That's fine. It means I lose this Dark Heart, but, like, that Dark Heart really wasn't doing a whole lot anyways. Same thing with this Eldurathan's Glory, like, I'm gonna trade this Eldurathan's Glory for basically, like, cracking them for 4 points of damage since it's gonna void that bird. I have to sacrifice this next turn anyways, but, like, it's not really a big deal. Card doesn't have much text to this matchup anyways. Yeah, I don't really care about this. I mean, I'm just gonna have to lose the Glory anyways. Ugh, he's got main deck Mad Robomancer. Wow, that, if they have a 1-cost action here, that could very easily lose us this game. Whoa, my opponent. I can't believe... Is that berry on it? What kind of jump does that have? I can't see anymore. What's this do? Did that berry card when it came into play? It didn't, right? Start your turn, avoid a random troop. Death Cry, summon a zombie for each corpse counter on this. Weird. This isn't prophesized, right? Alright, so if I play this, I'm gonna draw 2 cards. Runebind is decent. I can play the second dark card out here, and then I'm gonna eat both of their things. I'm gonna go ahead and Runebind this. Am I gonna Runebind this? I think this is actually okay. I want to save these Runebinds for their Psychic Ascension at this point, I think, or another Mad Robomancer. Like, this game is definitely coming down to who hits a Psychic Ascension, I think, so... So let's Runebind this guy. So, if I play a resource, and then I play a Silvertel Adjudicator, that puts me to 4 cards in hand, so that means I'll be able to draw cards with it, since I have 5. Guidance. Man, just 2 PAs left in the bottom of our deck here. I'm gonna go ahead and attack with both of these. See if they block. If they don't block, I think I actually need a Clash of Steel here. So that way I guaranteed get rid of this Mad Robomancer. If they have an Evaporate or a Transmog, this goes kind of poorly for me. It's really unfortunate that, it's pretty frustrating. A pretty good chance they're able to trigger this turn with all the card draw that they have. Oh, glory! Holy crap! Wow, I punted. Yeah, that's a huge punt, actually. Yeah, because I'm an idiot. Because I didn't have the glory in my hand, and I had in my head I was looking to draw another dark heart, and I didn't think about glory. Yeah, glory was 10 out of 10 the better play there. There's like 0 reason not to do this. I'd still have 2 dark hearts on the board and I'd be winning this game by a lot. Again, this is why I am playing games here. Why I'm playing games. God bless. We might not actually have enough cards left in my deck for me to be able to win this game. In their main deck. We're gonna need, like, a lucky hit like a polymorphic army in order to win this game. I'd buy a lot if I'd have made the play that made sense. Maybe we could deck them. Wonder if they're not playing Psychic Ascension. Is that possible? That's when the game becomes real, right? Yeah, different job. Daddy's playing a control mirror. You can't take too much of his time. Is that an awful thing to say to my child? Daddy's playing a control mirror. Hush, hush. What do you want to watch? Pick one. Deal. Pick your favorite, Declan. I don't know why. Oh, I want the berry guy, right? He costs 7, right? That card costs the poet. What's the poet card called? The poet card's good at milling them out. It costs 7, right? Okay, so rats. It's unfortunate. Look at a random. Create a copy of X of those cards. I just select all of these. Oh my god, Light the Voters is actually really good, right? Because, like... Light the Voters means decking them is a real plan? Oh geez, that's a Tribunal Magistrate. Oh no, I'm gonna have to sacrifice one of these. I guess I'll sacrifice the 5/8 because Tribunal Magistrate is great. Which one you want, Declan? You want this one? God, praise be to RNGesus. Better lucky than good. This Dream Call card's great. Why don't we play this card in our deck? Is there a reason why we don't play Dream Call? I feel like we're stupid for not having played this card. Do I really want to draw more cards? I guess I do with Light the Voters, right? There's like always a Light the Voters in my deck. Do I want to draw more cards? Who am I? Who am I? I don't even know who I am anymore. Do I want to draw more cards? Oh, God. Oh, geez. Yeah, let's get some Ruby cards. Now let's get more Spider cards. Get blood in here. Up, and then I can get Wild with that. Getting Wild is probably a bad idea. Tangling Web. Stun some stuff. Just gonna transmog this one. Maybe I'm supposed to save this to fight over it. Yeah, maybe I was supposed to save it to fight over that. I don't know. With this Tribunal Magistrate here, I feel like we have a pretty significant leg up. And the Light the Voters in our deck, actually, honestly. Clash of Steel, sure. I'm gonna keep my Tribunal Magistrate. Look at how many eggs are in there. It makes it harder to figure out, can we deck them, or how close we are to decking them, because there's all these eggs in their deck. Oh, geez, that lets them gain life. Yeah, that's why I don't play limited. It's like a major tilt. Tilt angel, tilt angel. Do 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 do. Am I just like putting these Eldurathan Glory into play? I think I am. I need to play a little bit faster too. I'm actually down on clock right now. Whoa, they just spent a weave on that. That's good for us. I'm gonna try and get ahead on clock here. So I won't be reading chat nearly as much. Strap yourselves in, ladies and gentlemen. It's gonna be a long climb up the ladder. 60-minute control mirrors, let's go. 4 minutes for reserving, so 64-minute mirror matches. Let's do it! My opponent paid too many resources for that and did not actually create anything. I'm gonna play these out as just things to play out. Make some troopers. Make some super troopers here, cause they're the super troopers. Absolute power is mine. I'm only drawing like 3 or 4 cards here, right? Like 8 cards in my deck? Sure, yep. Also, like, and we were talking about Lasgard's Vengeance earlier on the stream. I genuinely think Sapphire Diamond Control is one of the few decks in the format right now that's, like, not a Lasgard's deck that's super competitive. Like the decks that are really competitive in the format right now are, like, there's the 2 Lasgard's decks, there's the Diamond Sapphire Control, and there's the Blood Wild Deathcry. And I feel like this deck has the most, like, meaningful, would you like to exhaust target? Yes. Yes, I would. Exhaust that one. Thank you, Spider Frienderino. Spider Frienderino. Spider Frienderino. Hey, Tar. Alright, we're ahead on clock by 10 seconds. Let's do it. Spider Frienderino? No, Spider Frienderino. Seek guidance, friend. Spider Frienderino! Hi, Spider Frienderino. Thank you for joining us today. That's one way you could steal a win. Get the old conceal going on there. A lot of Sapphire Diamond Control. I'm pretty sure this is a deck I want to lock in for the CCS, so I'm gonna be playing a bunch with it. Yeah, you discard those Mad Robomancers. Whoa! What is going on? Oh! This Dreadsuit Omega exhausts things when it does stuff. Whenever a troop ready summons a Dreadly. God, look at the combo deck that we are playing here. Exhaust all your troop skis. Oh yeah, get them out of here. Runebind is an excellent draw. Verdict of the Ancient Kings is an excellent random generation. Man, remember when I said we could lose this game? Pepperidge Farm remembers. That Hoagland, he's so lucky. Lucky, lucky, lucky! Lucky, lucky, lucky! Yeah, man. Totem Trap. Spider down! Spider Reno down! Oh no! All of our spooder friends. Our spooder friends are dying. Our spooder friends are dying. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Make some Valors for me. Ooh. I am Le Valorous. I am Le Valorous. Send 3 of Nulzann. Alright, go ahead. Go ahead, friend. Go ahead. I'm gonna make a bunch of Spider Frienderinos next turn. I would love to activate this ability. Let's exhaust that Mad Robomancer that's unblockable. Get him out of here. We're gonna defend this Dreadsuit Omega and this other Dorko like our life depends on it, because it quite literally does. You want a different show? You don't know what you want to watch, huh? Okay, point at the one you want to watch. How about if we go back to the ones you've already watched before? What do you want to watch out of here? You want to watch Oso? Sure, man. You got a Robomancer. You want to watch Super Y? You want to watch Magic School Bus? You have all the Mad Robomen and women. Bus? Alright. Declan, Daddy's running out of time. Okay, okay. Daddy's running out of time. He needs you to chill out. I will not time out! I will not time out! Triggers! Alrighty. Yep, tap that one. Alright. This is where it makes me wish that Hex had an always yield to this option. What show do you want? Show me. Show me. Mighty Machines? Sounds good. And you're just gonna have to suck it up, Declan, if you don't want to watch Mighty Machines. So that's what you're getting. Time Flux! Verdict. It's playing, child. Are you dead? Please die. God bless. Alright. Alright. Alright, so this comes in, this comes in. Let's put Action Creation and Berry in here. The Dark Hearts. I want Berry in 3 of these. And then I want Flight and Swift Strike in all of them. Alright, sweet. I get to try my Bounty of the Magus sideboard plan here. Into the Unknown. Transmogrifade's pretty poopy. Clash of Steel's pretty poopy. Eldurathan's Glory's pretty poopy. I actually have one card. I have one card too many in my board, it looks like, with this plan. I need one card to cut here. You want a different show? What do you... No, Declan's watching the boat, okay? Sorry, Jacob. Oh yeah, Seer's medium. That's fine. Seer's not great against interrupts. Alright. Settle in, folks. It's gonna be another good one. Alright, get my auto pass on here. Or is it the tug one? You're a sweet little boy, Declan. You're still not getting what you want. Vote we splash for blood and poured into storm in the mirror. Burgle, am I allowed to do that? So, Dumbledoreko, you just don't have time for Bounty the Magus to become better than... Okay, so here's the best way I can put it. You have to play 4 copies of Bounty of the Magus in one game in order for Bounty the Magus to have been better than Lanupaw's Sight. Lanupaw's Sight, if you cast 3 copies of Lanupaw's Sight, you've drawn 9 extra cards. If you cast 3 copies of Bounty of the Magus, you've drawn 6 extra cards. I don't think the fact that it is quick makes up for how much worse it is at actually generating card advantage. They are missing a shard drop. Well, that's good for us. We're not missing shard drops. I didn't want to just play Bounty into a Weave there, because Weave would let them Fate Weave and then hit their resource drop the following turn, especially when I could Bounty with Runebind up the following turn. Yeah, Lanupaw is good versus discard. That is true. It's like really good against it's reasonable against Culmination in Blood, which is nice. And like Bounty of the Magus in a long matchup like this, like I think when we can like know that we're gonna be like casting a bunch of Bounties of the Magus in one game, like this game's gonna last a long time. I'm going to see most of my deck this game. So like in a game that goes long like this, like God, the children are loud. See, Lanupaw's Sight is actually really good with Silver Talon Adjudicator because Lanupaw's Sight helps you, what's the word I'm looking for? It helps you get your hand empty so Silver Talon Adjudicator can actually have a meaningful impact and draw you cards. I actually think Lanupaw's Sight makes it more likely for you to draw cards with Silver Talon Adjudicator than cards like Heart's Whisper and Bounty do. Oh, you know what? I'm so dumb. Again, children screaming in my ear and all that jazz. I have this Dark Heart that I was going to play out this turn anyways that has a Berry Gem in it. I wasn't thinking about the Berry Gem post board. I should just let their Lanupaw's Sight resolve because I was going to bury the top 4 cards of their deck anyways. That's exactly what should have happened. That was a pretty sizable mistake on my part. Like, I spent a Weave, which is a pretty valuable resource. It's like, well, I'm stopping them from drawing 3 cards, but in reality, the Dark Heart was going to stop them from drawing those cards anyways. Jackling Strands, sure. So I'm going to attempt to mess with my opponent's prophecy here. I'm going to go ahead and do this and put a resource on top of my deck. And I'm going to Runebind my Dark Heart and then Champ Power and draw some cards. Which will let me bury the top 4 cards of their deck here. So I'm going to draw a resource which will trigger the Dark Heart to come back. Maybe I should have weaved there because it was more resource efficient, but like, oh yeah, 10 out of 10 should have weaved there because they could have done that. Yep, that was a big punt on my part. That was a pretty big punt on my part. I'm just gonna continually blame the children. Is that rude? I continually blame the children. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead. Let's just do it. Let's do it. Psychic Ascension. That should be. They stumbled long enough that that should probably bury them in the ground. What a powerful hex card we have generated. Next turn we could probably draw with the Silver Talon Adjudicator. It even gains us life. How wonderful. Pride's Fall, my thing, sure. At this point, we're basically saving our interrupts for... Oh, that's fine. We basically want to save our interrupts for their high-impact cards, like Mad Robomancer and Psychic Ascension. Might just jam this at their end step. You think that's fine? Like, generate another troop. Ballsy Rabbit, sure. Yeah, Scion would be far too good if it was a Sapphire Diamond card, I agree. No, 10 out of 10 agree with that assessment. That's my favorite. Put a spider in their deck. When a spider comes into play, we get it back. Am I just passing here? Let's play Force the Tome. That's fine. I can have up Weave plus Runebind still. I guess I could have offered this trade first, right? Yeah, opponent's pretty far buried there. I made a deck based around that card, huh? Good, clean 2 games, 38 minutes. But everyone's having a good afternoon. Remember, the Hex ladder reset this morning, so you can log back on in and get grinding for those new ladder rewards. Another Blood Wild deck. I think this matchup is good for the Sapphire Diamond deck, but wouldn't be surprised if that's not 100% true. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. Feel like we have the tools to be favored in this matchup. For a diamond, Runebind for now. I'm gonna go ahead and play this and put a resource on top of our deck. Fully a diamond threshold resource. All of the matchups are good. That's why it's the best deck. I am kind of inclined to agree with you. This is the best deck by a little bit. By a little bit, I mean enough. Yay! My life's like a diamond. And like part of the reason why this deck's so good is just like the super consistent, right? Just like you get to play 4 Guidance, you get to play 4 Arcane Focus, you get to play 8 Ice. Just like get to do everything you want to be doing for the sake of consistency. And you know what? I should have attacked and offered that. I should have attacked and offered that because like the Dark Hearts are gonna grind through these at some point anyways. Ah, the fun of Vampire Princess. What problem does splashing for that card solve? Like, what problem do you envision this deck has that, like, adding that card to our deck makes it better for us? P-Star. I mean, you could do anything, obviously. It's just like, what, like, if we do this, why is it worthwhile? Why is it worth doing? I don't think Cyan beats Psychic Ascension. I think honestly you'd splash for Violet's Crest and play the Storm deck before you did something like that, because like boarding into a Storm is a really good way to win the mirror. They unfortunately did not take the bait when I attacked with the Seer there, which is sad. So they're going to sacrifice their lackey to the Dark Heart. The reason why they're playing, you see people playing Princess is because IceCon played one Vampire Princess in his deck list. For whatever reason, because consistency's overrated is most likely the answer. He was basically stuck between the two chairs, yeah. Kids aren't always bright. And Jake likes to act more helpless than he is. Yeah, I don't really care about that, right? It's like making sure we don't die to culmination at this point in our lives. Okay, Psychic Ascension, sounds good, set me up. We're going to draw some cards here. We basically are just letting anything they want resolve next turn, sans a culmination in blood. Like, that's, again, the one card that beats us, so we're just going to make sure it doesn't happen. They've got 1, 2, 3, and then there's a 4th troop in my bin. This is going to be a 5th troop, so yeah, so they can culmination us. If they have culmination into, or Withering Gaze into culmination, we could be in trouble next turn. Maybe we're supposed to attack there, actually. No, that's not true. Next turn, we get to, like, Lanupaw's site, and, like, we're setting ourselves up well to just, like, get to the Psychic Ascension before they have a chance to really do anything relevant, so it's definitely where we want to be in life. Yep. Okay, so we're looking for more Transmogs and Runebinds at this point in our life, like, just like that. I'm gonna focus before we sight, because you don't really want to focus after you sight, because, that makes it so, what's the word I'm looking for? It makes it so you can't, You'll generally, like if we'd have sighted there, we'd have had to choose between Prophesized Focus and Prophesized Resource. I think I'm gonna end up making a move this turn, so I'm just gonna pass here, so I, like, have my Weave plus my bunch of my 1-cost cards up. Alright, so in response to this... Actually, am I just going to... I'm just going to weave this? No, that's wrong. That's got to be wrong. No, that's fine. I think we can interact with this board. We got plenty of cards here. I'm going to transmog this one first, so that way they can't sacrifice things in response. And I'm going to transmog this and then likely block it, depending on what they get. They might try and do some sacrifice stuff in response here, which I have Runebinds and transmogs to, like, break up and make go our way. Transmog that. All right, and like every pooper we get off the table here is a big deal, right? Because like the less poopers they have on the table, the less things they have to sacrifice to Darkheart. We get on to 14 here. Remember, 1 is not none, so like our life total doesn't really matter until we hit the last point. All right, so let's go ahead and do this and put a resource on top of my deck guaranteed here. And then let's go ahead and Lanupaw Sight. So that way next turn we'll be drawing a resource that draws a card. I'll go ahead and pass the turn here to my opponent. Hero Fall. Huh. Just gonna Runebind this in response, right? This is actually decent for them because it lets them get in. It lets them get in for 7 and then 7. I think we're okay. We're gonna draw a bunch of cards next turn. We know there's a resource on top of our deck because we Fate Weaved last turn. Lackey's fine. Don't care about that. Probably gonna see them sacrifice Lackey to draw 2 cards here. Yep, looking for Culmination in Blood. I guess it's actually kind of awkward if they hit Culmination this turn, because to play this, we have to Fate Weave, and then that means we have to, like, put something on top of our Prophesize card that's on top of our deck right now. So we're hoping to dodge Culmination here, really. Really don't want to have to play this Fate Weave into nothing. Replay this. This. Into another Shard. Huh. Alright, I'm just gonna do this at this point. That's a good hit. Hopefully generate a flyer with that. It sucks that we don't have one more resource. I guess I could have Runebound something and then Ascended, because the Runebind was basically free, right? Because it would have made the Ascension cost 1 less. I actually think Vengeance getting hit is good for Bombus, because, like, Bombus makes the least utility out of Vengeance, and, like, it has other things that are going that are really powerful. I think all of the Vengeance decks just, like, basically hang around and still exist. That's actually a really good hit. Yep. Wait, what? They're putting this, they don't understand how Hex works. Alright. My opponent's about to learn a very critical interaction. They put the Deathcry thing on there and then just reverted it off. Alright, so I'm gonna take wing here. I'm pretty sure they were going to lose this game even if they had done it the right way. So, like, you know, spilt milk, kind of. Then, like, this lapidary is going to take this promiscuous succubus away from them. And, like, I've got a bunch of actions that I can play here. To activate this and take your succubus away. So this voids. I get that. We'll play Restore. I don't really want to Fate Weave because I have Prophesied cards coming up. So I'm just going to go ahead and pass to my opponent here. A double coin, right? I think they already cycled a coin this game, right? I guess some of these builds do play like 3 coins. Maybe I'm supposed to have weaved that. Nah, that's probably some, I guess that's a pretty big deal. Yeah, I'm gonna have to Runebind this when they go to target it, aren't I? Yeah, I'm gonna have to Runebind that. I think I'll Runebind and Spirit Howl here, just like... Man, why do people play card games where you can't respond to things? That just sounds way worse than being able to do sweet things like this deck. Like, how do control decks in Hearthstone work? They're just like, they have to be tap-out control decks, right? Because, like, you can't do things on your opponent's turn. I sacrifice for Succubus, I'm gonna put it on my Tactician. He's going down next turn. I mean, Pokemon didn't really have control decks, right? Like, you're gonna play target troop you control. Yeah. Yeah, dark card, baby. Oh, this might have been bad. I might have gotten a little trigger happy here. Maybe I'm supposed to have left Weave up. I guess that makes sense. Board wipe decks. Look at they have that can punish me here for not leaving up Weave. Even Culmination's not that bad at this point. If my opponent had Spider Eggs in their deck, they would get more of them. Man. Just mono resources, huh? We still have 2 draws from a Lanupaw site that haven't happened, right? I feel like that's true. Oh, you know what? I should have put a resource on top so I could recast this next turn. Opponent said enough. Game's pretty over regardless. Alright, so... Silver Talon out, and Seers out, Culminations, Weaves, and Dread End in. Oh, what else was I cutting here? I feel like I was cutting one more thing. I'm just gonna cut all the Seers. It seems fine. I'm gonna split the difference here and leave 2 Adjudicators, 1 Seer. Yeah, I like that. Let's do it. Runic Diminishing is like, it's bad to the point of being unplayable, I think. It's really very awkward. The fact that it doesn't revert things is a big deal. Dread End, like, actually cleans up the board, whereas, like, Runic Diminishing, like, leaves things all around. It's really bad. And, like, the fact that it doesn't make things smaller if there isn't something in the exact same shards makes it bad against, like, a lot of dual shard things. So, yeah, I would not recommend playing it. Every time I have a shell that feels like, maybe this is it, maybe this is the one, it's like, nope, just terrible. Yeah, I say it's pretty good, right? Need some resources, but we've got 2 pieces of ice here. Man, Mass Poly Dingler. I hope they reprint that one at some point. The people that are new to Hex, that haven't gotten to experience the joy of playing a control deck that plays Mass Poly Dingler as its top end sweeper. Oh, baby. Let me tell you a story. Let me tell you a story about things that are wonderful. Wonderful. Truly wonderful. What bad days? You could always spot the wild player. You could spot the wild player in the audience. You're like, Mass Polydingler, that card's miserable. Don't reprint that one. Want to give us a shard drop here? No. Okay. That's pretty good. All right. I think I'm just going to burn this Clash at this point. I feel like I'm too far away from this Eldurathan's Glory, so I'm just going to go ahead and burn this. There might be merit just like passing and like holding Weave up. But I feel like if I was one turn away from Eldurathan's Glory, I would just do that, but the fact that I'm 2 turns away feels pretty bad. If they go like Runier here, I'm gonna be kind of ranched. Yeah. Yeah, it's not a good scene for us. They don't have another resource at least, so I'm gonna play this. I think we're looking for non-resources at this point. We really need to hit, what's the word I'm searching for? We need to hit like a Transmogrifade or Runebind to answer this route here. What's going on, big kitty fan? Yeah, I mentioned at the end of the first one that I was gonna fire it up again after lunch. Counter that, I think. I'm kind of behind the 8 ball here. Speaking of sweepers, Dread End would be kind of a sweet hit right now. We need to just take this Lord Blightbark off the table. Ah, okay. Yeah, I posted on Twitter and the Discord too. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be on today, but I was going to play some more control anyways, so figured I might as well fire it up. Fire it up! Kick it. Check it. See? Got a lot of choice there, opponent. Enjoy the Psychic Ascension. I don't really mind them hitting the Psychic Ascension when it's this early, because it's like, well... It's like, I'm 10 out of 10 trading if you offer this. 10 out of 10. Snap block, yep. That's what I thought. Alright, so... Dark Heart? Dark Heart? Yep, Dark Heart. You know what? Maybe I should have attacked first. Might not have blocked if I... So, like, once I play the Dark Heart, they, like, snap. They snap, block with the Succubus. Alright, so when this thing dies, all hell is breaking loose, right? Just like, they're getting a Carnal Demon too. I have a free chump block here, thankfully. Like, this attack is bad. Like, there's no... Like, I'm just like, this is my freebie here, my freebie block. Transmog. Be anything, even a Transmog. For Transmog or Runebind at this point, Runebind would take all the bonuses off of this and the modifiers. Ding. I'm just gonna go ahead and pass here. We have Weave plus Transmog up. We'll see what they sacrifice to the Dark Heart. Just like that, I feel like we've stabilized by a lot. We'll see. They could have a series of good draws here. Like this second Succubus could definitely kind of threatening. I definitely feel like I'm ahead. With this fine. I feel like I was pretty firmly behind. I think this pulls me up into the driver's seat here. This is actually interesting. No, not really. So my opponent could sacrifice this to put the Deathcry trigger on here, but like if they do that, I just like have another dark card here. I guess they could have Hero Fall, but I have a Weave into nothing, so like that doesn't really matter. They go to play anything here, especially that. Just knock that right on out. Resource on top of my deck so we can work up towards my champion power here. And then perfect. So like now we've gone from like being mostly in the driver's seat to like being completely in the driver's seat. Because like when I play this Adjudicator and draw some cards and gain some life. And like, yeah, let's just guarantee my resource for next turn. I should have focused first, right? How does it feel to get what you asked for, right? Feels good, do 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 do. Knew that I would not, do 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 do. It feels good, and we knew that it would not, do 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 do. They can have another culmination of blood here. If they have a second one, we like kind of have a game. Like it's my dark card versus whatever their cards left over are, but like I'm only one shard away from drawing 2 more cards. And like if I get to ready next turn, I'm readying with Confounding Ire, and we have to just continue burying them in the ground. Things are swell, life is swell. Gold 4. You want something to drink? Okay, Dad's gonna queue up a match, and he's gonna go get something to drink while I wait to pop. I'll be right back, folks. Don't go anywhere. We're gonna play another match or 2. The Escalate deck. The Escalate deck destroys Storm by a lot. And yeah, actually, this is one of the things like people talk about like this deck being powerful. One of the things I really like about this deck being powerful, the better player wins these control mirrors most of the time. The person who makes less mistakes is often winning. That's not the case with like the Redlings deck and the Mono Ruby deck. Glad we're not playing against the Hero Fall deck. I'm into the Unknown deck. The biggest problem right now, and this is real. Like we were talking about the Lasgar's Vengeance earlier. All of the decks that you can build to be super reasonable against this matchup that give Diamond Sapphire Control a lot of hard time, they just can't beat a Lasgar's Vengeance to save their lives. Ever. I don't even think the sockets decks are that hard, Bob. I think with the addition of Into the Unknown and like the right combination of cards and Runebind, I don't think the sockets decks are actually that difficult. We should actually spend some time testing that in our group. Had more archetype cards. I don't know what TCGs have you been playing, because like the distinction between decks in Hex is like far better than the distinction between like decks and like Magic's current standard form. It's like, is there a different TCG just like not Magic and not Hex that like has what you're describing you want, or like is what you're describing, does it not exist? I don't quite understand what you mean. Yu-Gi-Oh! Never played Yu-Gi-Oh! So can't comment on that. Can't make an educated statement on Yu-Gi-Oh! It's got a dodge Eternal Seeker here. No, dude. It's only one pack of Gushers. They're all gone. I wish there were more specific WinCon cards that weren't as splashable. I mean, like, what is splashable in Hex? Are there people splashing Psychic Ascension? Like, is that a thing? Are there people splashing Psychic Ascension? Is Clash of Steel good? It's probably good against this random deck, right? Transmogrifade's probably a little bit medium. Eldurathan's Glory is probably not great, actually. They showed us, yeah. Like, we have three, like, even with Lasgar's Vengeance kind of pressuring the meta into kind of a corner, we have all three distinct, like, major archetypes. We have a mid-range deck, 2 aggressive decks, and a control deck in the format, and they use all 5 colors of Hex's color pie, right? Oh, you got stuff in your hands? Oh, you need a diaper change too. All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna change a diaper. It's not about that, numbers, though. Like, those are 3 very distinct things. How many different things do you think a format that only has 4 or 5 sets in it is supposed to have? Is what I would like to know. And again, just like Animus, these are cards that just don't beat Lasgar's Vengeance. Two, 3. Yeah, I'm just gonna guarantee a 5th resource here. It's like the easiest way you can lose games with a deck like this, or just like don't hit your shard drops. Like, unless you like really need a specific piece of action, like aiming to hit your first 7 shard drops in 7 turns every game is generally a good idea. Hey, Bobby, your article went up on the main site. Congrats. Bobby. All right, I'm just going to take this opportunity to stick this Lanupaw's site here, I think. They could play a big scary for up to 6 next turn, but like I've got Transmog and Runebind, so like hopefully this isn't gonna bite us too much. Just a runic growth deal. It's a pretty strong opponent. It's a good thing I have this interrupt here in my hand. It would be very rude to interrupt my opponent next turn. Yep, we have a Transmog for that one. This is a card that's very good against control, but it's not very good against Transmogrifade most of the time. Hopefully I don't give him something too scary. Just a 2-2, sign me up. Play him a non-slow shard. This one's prophesized, but again, I want to make sure I can hold up weave into nothing this turn since my opponent's now at 7 resources for their big scary start coming out. Fist of the Constancy. Well, that's a big scary. Let's put a non-resource on top of my deck here. So I have 5-6 in my hand already. Alright, play this. And then I think I'm just gonna play this Adjudicator. I could play the Seer first, but I think I want to hold Runebind up this turn. I think I'm just gonna hold the Runebind up here. I didn't gain life with this, but that's fine. I think drawing cards is a little bit more important with the current position that we're in. I want to hold up Runebind in case they're playing that silly wildlife card. Ali's ramp deck was playing that card, and Runebind makes it very unplayable. So we basically just like always want to leave this up if ever possible. I feel like Eternal Seeker here, that would be kind of bad for us, but eventually we'll find, yep, this card. I don't know why. This card's like borderline unplayable without Runebind in the format, and with Runebind in the format, just like, well, you spent 8 resources and I traded 1 for it. Good stuff. Ip, cheerio, mate. Quality decisions have been made by all. Lead on Thunderfield Seer. For those that are unfamiliar with the interaction, when you Runebind a card with X in its cost, when it recasts, it's going to have X is equal to 0. So this will literally do nothing when it comes off of being a mysterious rune. Sure. Picking these down. And now with 2 dark hearts, plenty of dark hearts in my hand, my opponent's probably not going to be able to beat through whatever we've got. A lot of, yeah, 0, 0, 0s. Like this, put another non-resource on top of my deck. Silvertail Adjudicator not doing a whole lot, but honestly, when you're in a position where Silvertail Adjudicator's not doing a whole lot, you're usually pretty well off. I think this gives them a random cheese. I don't remember. It does. If this is a Kraken barrel cheddar, we might be able to get into some trouble. All right, get an Eternal Seeker. That's fine. I'm gonna play Dark Heart next turn. Get you. If they're able to power through like 2 more Seekers here, I'm gonna feel 2 more Dark Hearts. I'm gonna feel a little bit bad. Actually, you know what? I probably should just hit this, right? Like, I'm not holding anything up that's meaningful. I kind of want to get to Psychic Ascension just in case they can power through these Dark Hearts so I can actually kill them. Perfect. Play this next turn. If they made a Kraken Barrel Cheddar, they can get that Seeker back and then use it to avoid this Dark Heart. So my opponent definitely has lines to win this game depending on how their RNG ended up. So we want to try and, again, you want to minimize the amount of outs that your opponent could have to catch back up at any given point in the game. Should be your goal when you get ahead. Get ahead, stay ahead. A lot of times, like I know, especially myself when I was And I still even do this occasionally too. When I get ahead in a game, a lot of times I start playing faster, and when I start playing faster, I start making mistakes because like I feel like I'm so far ahead, like I just need to like get the game over with before I'm not ahead, and then like I give up so many percentage points by like playing quickly and not paying attention to what I'm doing, and then I end up ultimately losing a game that I was once very far ahead in. Sure. No! That was a genuine misclick. That was a genuine misclick. I intended to play this card. I had intended to play this card. Hopefully we don't get punished for that. It's like literally just like paid for to discard a card. It's gonna for a sacrifice to the star card. Jeez, Goliath, God bless. That means we don't have to worry about if they got a Kraken Barrel Cheddar. I think if they got a Kraken Barrel Cheddar, they probably would have played it out sooner. This is just like buying a turn with the Dark Heart. Not playing Silver Talon aggro, right? I'm going to guarantee a resource with one of these, so we get to play Shard this turn. Perfect. And again, now I just want to like keep hitting all of my Shard drops, right? Because Shard drops equal charges, charges equal actions, actions equal troops. Bury them from here on out. Attacked with this, sure. When it rains, it pours, ramp deck. Sure. This dude target troop gets +1/+3. I guess I should technically get my champion power first here. It's strictly correct to do so. Hashtag all of the dark arts. Alright. Let's play one more, and then I think I'm gonna call it an afternoon. Ooh. Our AA Dream Thief here. I'm glad Guidance was the first promo on the Let's Ladder season. Gives me... excellent. I look forward to battling you and a control mirror opponent. Keep. Look at this hand, it's great. Gets to play 5 resources guaranteed. Silver Talon Adjudicator. Sign me up. I think everyone's sick of playing the Lasgar's Vengeance decks. The ladder's just like people that are sick of playing Lasgar's. Yep. You know what? That was a mistake. I'm gonna get a resource with this, so if I get an ice, I would have rather played the ice this turn. Never punished. Alright. Deal. Am I gonna... I think I just want to keep hitting all my shard drops, right? Just keep doing all this. Alrighty. I think I'm just gonna throw the dark card into play. Eat this guy. If it gets into the unknown this turn, I feel kind of bad, but outside of getting into the unknown, just gonna like turn our Runebind on, which would feel good. Opponent must not have realized that this one was prophesized. So I want to leave my Runebind up, and then I would actually get to draw cards by Adjudicator. This is not prophesized, right? Get to gain life with it too. Ding, ding, ding. Perfect. We're gonna leave the guidance and hold the Runebind up here. No reason to attack, so my opponent's gonna have to sacrifice it anyway, so they just get a free chump block. I'm gonna Runebind this. They don't have a way to fight over it. They don't have a Seer here. I guess this is bad if they have a guidance, right? Okay. Just immediately punished. Wait. My opponent... Okay, so my opponent missed up there. They should have... Oh, wait. Are they gonna see who do it now? Wait, what? Alright. Deal, I guess. So my opponent could have used guidance to get a guaranteed resource and then recast this, but now they're gonna lose it to my Dark Heart trigger. So I feel like my opponent almost certainly should have gotten a resource with one of those two. And again, just like, I feel like there's a lot of little edges from like interactions like that where you're being familiar with the deck and like give you legs up in these mirrors. I can't imagine how many resources you would have to have in hand for that to be okay. Sure, that's fine. Good. Go ahead and Transmogrifade this. I'm going to draw a couple extra cards here first. Yep. Turn passes, they lose their troop here. I don't really want to Runebind this. I think I want to save this Runebind to like fight over a Psychic Ascension on the off chance my opponent gets to their Psychic Ascension first. So I think we're just going to hang on to this for the time being. Focus. Again, just looking for one of our 2 PAs at this point so we can kind of slam the door shut. Thunderfield Seers are fine. Fine fodder. Oh, I've messed up here. I've made a pretty big mistake. I was Fate Weaving for a non-resource anyway, so I should have Fate Weaved before I played the first Seer. Thankfully, I caught myself before I played the second one, because this way, if I Fate Weave and action the top of my deck, I want to prophesize onto it. I think this is fine. Again, I think I want to use my Runebinds at this point to like fight over their cards that we really care about, as opposed to trying to fight over any more of their card advantage. We're not going to attack here. We're going to lose both of these Seers anyways. Hopefully we hit an action that draws another action that draws more cards. Ideally, we're looking for a Psychic Ascension here. I'm not sure why you played that out just to gauge supply. It seems a little loose. Just lose it here in a second anyways. Psychic Ascension? Alright, that's an Adjudicator of my own. And my Adjudicator is going to draw some cards, so God bless. There's the Lanupaw site that the prophets foretold of. Honestly, maybe it was better to play the other bird there because it was going to draw cards. Now this other bird is less likely to draw cards. No reason to attack. That's fine, you can have some cards. Alright. Maybe Silver Talon Adjudicator is going to... Huh. Yeah, I don't think I really care about that. I guess this lets their Dark Heart beat us down. Alright, so they have 6 cards. Yeah, all my things draw cards anyways, so let's just draw all the cards. Tilt. Guess I'm just passing here. And just like kind of waiting on a... Wait, on a Psychic Ascension. This is why we put the second Ascension into the deck. Like, the number of times where like you don't draw an Ascension in the top half of your cards and you don't have 2 of them is just like... Hold on 1 second, I have to answer this phone call. Alright, well, I mean, that draws a card. Where are my Psychic Ascensions? Ah, Psychic Ascensions! At least they haven't found theirs either, I guess. We're kind of pulling up Runebinds here. No reason not to double block. I'm gonna sacrifice the other one anyways. This was a Dark Heart. For anyone wondering why there's a Shard of Instinct in our deck, this was a Dark Heart. None of these are prophesized, right? Nope. This is prophesized. I want to hold this for fighting over my Dark Heart, though. My PA. Right, non-resource on top. Silver Talon Adjudicator. Maybe I'm even just supposed to like play this Clash out first, to, like get an extra card out of my hand. Ascension, Ascension, where are you now? Oh, this is prophesized too? Look at that, the more you know. Alrighty, Good gosh. I am just like sliding out of my chair here. Oh, geez. Take this hit. The good news is our Ascension is going to be very free. Very, very free. Honestly, maybe I should have left their Dark Heart a Dark Heart just so like these Runebinds would deal with their Psychic Ascension. That's probably the case. It's probably what I should have done. Probably should have not killed that. Oh, I am just, we are firmly sideways in my chair right now. Holy crap. Remember that time? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Pepperidge Farm remembers. And actually, I think, like I said, I think my mistake here was the fact that I... Oh! Oh, geez. That's actually really good. Because it means that we can re-Runebind that and then counter it the following turn. Discard this idiot. I want to represent like we could have 2 Runebinds just in case they play around it. Yeah, some hot glory on glory action here. Our one main deck weave into nothing. We have seen pretty much our entire deck. Our deck is currently 20% Psychic Ascensions. Nope, that's not a Psychic Ascension, ladies and gentlemen. Our deck is now more than 20% Psychic Ascensions. Where are the win cons at? Where are the win cons at, ladies and gentlemen? Where indeed? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. I feel like I managed my resources a little bit better than my opponent at a couple critical junctures, but it's the... Golly, 1... How many resources have I discarded? 2, 3, 4... So there's 4 resources left in my deck right now. Alright, let's put a non-resource on top of my deck. Or a non-shard. Are we gonna kill them with these Eldurathan glory? What are the odds? What are the odds they just die to these Eldurathan glory? I took a break for a little while. Sure, yep. Correct. Glory cares about the base defense. The clocks, my opponent currently has 20 minutes, and I have 23 minutes. I'm sliding out of a chair here. I can't do it. I can't do it, chat. I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind! I don't understand! I don't understand! These coins of Kismet are going the distance. They're going for speed. They're all alone in our time of need. They're wasting and placing and pacing the course and plotting and writing on the course. They're going the distance. They're going for speed. I would like to weave this into nothing, please. Stop it. Stop it. Oh no, they have 2 more Runebinds in their hand, don't they? Is this gonna work? Is this real life? Are there other 2 Runebinds in their bottom? Holy crap! Holy crap! Watch him just like cast another Psychic Ascension, just like give us a giant middle finger and walk out of the room. Like, now here's the question: Can we actually win the game before we deck? Real questions. Can we actually win the game before we? God bless America, my country. 'Tis of thee. Sweet land of liberty, of the icing, bom 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 bom. Our deck is 33%. 33% Psychic Ascensions right now. I'm pretty sure my deck is 4 resources and 2 Psychic Ascensions at this current point in time. I am fairly certain. I guess we're gonna find out. Holy crap. Oh, baby. Oh no! That Coin of Kismet just drew me a card. I didn't want to draw a card, Kismet. Please don't make me draw more cards, Kismet. Oh, I forgot about that. No, I don't think so. I feel like we have to actually win this. I guess I could have clashed. Like, are we winning that game? I don't think we're winning this game regardless. I'm pretty sure. We have another Transmogrifade. That's so rude. Yeah, Clash of the Titans. I'm pretty sure I'm only playing this game to burn extra time off my opponent's clock at this point. I'm just gonna auto pass. I'm just gonna get like max value off of burning my opponent's clock here. What did that do? Oh, it dealt 1 damage to them, sure. Sure. Their champ power will deck me. What a silly game. What What a silly game. And like burning their clock is especially important in a match like where I'm about to be down a game. So like, because like if I just assume that I can win the second game, that means they need to win the third game in whatever little amount of time they have left. The clocks right now are, I have 21 minutes and they have 16 and a half minutes. They did not see the Oracle Song me line, God bless. Two turns to roll an Escalate card, right? And it needs to be light devoted, right? Because like Bounty the Magus doesn't help us not deck because it draws us cards. Oh baby, Spread Eagle. No! Gizmic coins! Stop drawing me cards, Gizmic coins! Tilt! Tilt! I don't have blood. With a non-resource on top, I'm pretty sure this last card's a resource. Alright, this is it. We need to hit the... Where are my light devotives at? Where are my light devotives at? That's not a light devotives. No! Is this why? So, I was looking at random ladder lists, and there's definitely a person that's been playing one copy of Light Devotives in their Sapphire Diamond control deck, and I couldn't figure out like why would you want one copy of Light Devotives in your deck? I don't understand. Like that seems like it's an Escalate card, you want 4 or none. I wonder if they're playing it just so like they don't deck out in the mirror. Seems like some hot technology, if so. I don't think that's the right decision. Like that seems really loose. Like I think I'd rather play like a third Psychic Ascension before that, right? Like the only reason we decked that game, like I feel like we made better decisions. They did at a few different critical points, but like our Psychic Ascensions were literally the last 2 spells in our deck. They were literally the last 2 spells in our deck. That's so narrow. So, like, that's something TCG players, that's what TCG players do a lot. Yeah, I agree. One Lorgoyle sounds much better than one Escalate card. Like, TCG players like to evaluate cards in general in, like, best case scenarios or worst case scenarios, which is really weird that they just go to the extremes. Like, you want to try and evaluate cards as, like, you're building, like, you're becoming a better player. Is like, what's the average case scenario for this card? And, like, the average case scenario for, like, a one of Light the Voters in my deck is, like, I'm played a 1/1 for 1/1, and that sounds miserable. That sounds like nothing I want to be doing in life. They go ahead and let Lanupaw guide the way here. Perfect. Yeah, I mean, there's lots of sweet things you can do for the beer, right? I'm gonna play this and then play attack with this. Yeah, and then play Silvertel Adjudicator here, I think. Like they're auto-passing. They are. God bless. Sweet. Now I can Fate Weave for Nod resources. We've got plenty of shards. Sure. There are Eldurathan's Glories in their deck post-board. Heal. This was a sequencing mistake on my part. Again, I should Fate Weave before I do this. Although here it's slightly, nah, it's still awkward. I would have drawn a non-resource that turn guaranteed. Well, I mean, like, you should just play Seer. Like, this card's very good against aggressive decks, and it's just, like, a good card. So, post-board, both players have more cards in their deck that actually matter, so I don't mind countering their cards that draw cards post-board as much as I do pre-board. That one's pretty decent. Yeah, I'm just gonna stick this now and then play this. So we have Weave to protect it. Some eggs in my opponent's deck here. Not hitting my champion power yet because they have Silvertel Adjudicator in their deck, so we want to sit on that a little bit. Even if this doesn't work, it's going to make them... it worked, alright. So even if they have, like, an interrupt for that, they're going to get more eggs in their deck that way, so... I mean, like... It's like, what? Like, you can't have it both ways, Dumbledore. Like, either you're expecting the mirror to go long enough that you're going to deck, in which case, that means you're going to have, like, plenty of time to, like, activate Lorgoyle a bunch and have a bunch of mana, or you're not, and then you don't need a other card. So, like, your things are kind of conflicting, it feels like. Carcolepsy with the brand new Twitch Prime subscription. Thank you very much for the support. I really appreciate it. Welcome. Subscriptions are the best way you could support my content. Man, I've been really bad about plugging myself today. It's Friday. I don't want to feel like I'm actually working. Put a non-resource top of deck. Next turn, we get to jam a Mad Robomancer with double Runebind up, so that's probably going to be good. These post-board games can actually end pretty quickly. Hey, Hex Moosey! With the Twitch Prime sub-train! Choo-choo! Welcome, folks. I appreciate the support. Let's play Bounty of the Magus in response here. Into the Unknown's a good pickup. It's going to bounce their Tribunal Magistrate and a Silvertail Adjudicator shirt. I'm still in gold. We're playing control mirrors on the ladder, so like, the ladder's taking a while. We play Mad Robomancer out here. I'm gonna say, hey, pick this up. We generated a deny. That's really good. That's like exceedingly good, right? Like disgustingly exceedingly good. This is a gain 5. Make sure we don't get aggroed out. Sure, right? Just like keep my Magistrate so long, Mad Robomancer. Are they drawing cards here? God bless. You make that deck bigger, put some more eggs in it. Baby. And now I have a deny at the ready. And again, we just like haven't even had to use our champion power yet. This Mad Robomancer is going to bury 3 cards off the top of their deck. Ding, 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 ding. And it generated a Runebind. Man, it feels good to be a gangster. Just going to pass the turn here. There's no reason to do anything else. Just like hang out and enjoy our embarrassment of riches. Just gonna deny this. Yeah, I need to do something, right? Okay, I'm just gonna actually cast this Bounty of the Magus in response and see what happens. Yeah, that's fine now, right? Because, like, I guess they might be able to aggro us out from here. Drawing the Dark Heart probably means I'm fine. I have all these Runebinds, too, to buy a bunch of time. I kinda wish I would have burned the deny now. I think I'm discarding this Bounty of the Magus, as sick as that sounds. Let's go to odd speed. And over the deny for this, so that I've got 2 Runebinds to protect it. They did not put the Mill Gem in it, so it's like way less scary than ours, but it's like still annoying, right? So like I'm gonna fight over this. I think this is right. Especially with like 3 more Runebinds. I just kind of want to get my hand empty, right? Opponent doesn't want to play anymore. Yep, that's smart on their part. They have 11 minutes left on their clock, so like they're like probably sub 1% to win that game if I play properly. This is gonna be the last game of the afternoon, last match. Thanks everyone for hanging out. I'm on for about 2 hours with Sapphire Diamond Control. I'm locking in early on a deck for the CCS for a change, getting a lot of reps in with it. Lots of practice. Practice makes perfect, ladies and gentlemen. Hand is super reasonable and gets to make 5 resource drops in 5 turns. We get to cast a Bounty of the Magus. Sign me up, and away. I'm currently up 5 minutes on clock on my opponent. They have 10 minutes, so if this game goes as long as the first one, they're gonna time out. That being said, like, they're pretty likely to be okay this game. Like, 10 minutes is a lot of time. The post-board games actually tend to go a lot faster because of cards like Tribunal Magistrate and and Mad Robomancer being introduced. Maybe I'm supposed to leave a couple of Transmogs in for their Tribunal Magistrates, actually. That card's very good in the mirror. Like, that's one of the reasons why we were able to bury our opponent so hard last game was our Tribunal Magistrate. Would love a Runebind. I'm gonna go ahead and do this and put a non-resource on top of my deck. Got plenty of shards at this point. For 6 guaranteed. This could be a 7th if we wanted to even. If they have Tribunal Magistrate here on 3, we're gonna be in a little bit of trouble. They do not. God bless. They only have like 2 of them usually, so. Stop it. Do not bite me, child. You want to sit on my lap? You can sit on my lap, but you cannot bite me. Your brother is watching Mighty Machines. Get over it. What's going on, Peter? Yeah, I'm just trying one. It's like trying it out. I'm casting that there because it gets in under their weaves. We would have gotten Verdict of the Ancient Kings there, but like, I think they have more weaves than verdicts, so. What did Dropbox do? So because I'm cute with my Dark Hearts, I can't actually play mine here. Weave's a decent hit. And the bounties are kind of sweet because they allow me to like end step bait. So like I could end step this bounty and then like untap and Dark Heart. It's a little bad if they have Runebind, I guess. I'm gonna go ahead and jam this, and the next turn I can play the Mad Robomancer with Runebind up. This can't block my opponent's Dark Heart profitably. It's annoying. Alright, done that. They stole my idea. It's unfortunate for us. They, put the mill gem in their Robomancer like a smart person after seeing us do it. Yeah, we're gonna be pretty dead here. And again, I'm runebinding their thing here, so that way I get another Mad Robomancer, because otherwise, the Dark Heart will make me sacrifice this. So, like, even if the Dark Heart makes me sacrifice this, I'll be able to, like, play this Mad Robomancer next turn and, like, have another Robomancer active. Yep. Metal? Oh, no. Map spot, sure. He thinks this used to be a Dark Heart. He thinks correctly. Oh, I'm dumb. I messed that up really badly, actually. I could have gotten a resource with that and put this back into play. I was just thinking that it was going to be gone because of their Dark Heart. Yeah, that was a pretty big punt screw on my part. Punt, screw. I'm not going to block here on the off chance that I can recast this. That was pretty bad. I should have another Mad Robomancer here. Oh, I could have done this to guarantee a resource on top of my deck. And then I didn't draw a resource, of course. Deserve that, I suppose. Yep, we're dead. Messed that up. Messed up a few critical points. No, I can't play in the bash tomorrow. It's a holiday weekend here in the US, so I have a family gathering tomorrow. At any rate, thank you everyone for hanging out. I do appreciate it. I am signing off, and I will catch all of y'all around later. I do appreciate it. Peace.